How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk you through my plans for my Mazda MX-5. So first of all, I'll wrap it, then I'll put an exhaust on it, then I'll do 5 things I love, 5 things I hate, 5 things I hate. How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to 5 things I hate about my 1997 Mazda MX-5. Now, obviously, before I even begin this video, I've done this kind of video before for my VW Polo 9N, and in that video, loads of people said to me, oh, why would you buy the car if you hate all these things about it? What's wrong with you? And I feel either that's a testament to my critical ability, because I found 5 things that really did actually suck about the car, and people were like, oh, that sucks, why is he being so harsh about the car? Or maybe people just didn't really understand the context. Now, before I even begin this video, I have to tell you, I obviously absolutely adore this car. I would never have bought it and enjoyed it to the level that I have so far and spent so much money on it and continue to spend so much money on it if I didn't like the car. In this video, I am going to talk through 5 things that I think are pretty rubbish about it, and that's this car specifically. So I'm talking about this MX-5, not that MX-5, not your MX-5, I'm talking this MX-5 right here. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh, and before we begin this list, my dad came round this morning whilst I was working. The worst thing in the world, by the way, is that I really can't wait to put the supercharger from that one into that one, but I can't right now because of just timings. Like, my dad came around this morning and annoyingly took off the whole supercharger assembly basically from that car, obviously to go into my car, including the strut braces you can see and a whole bunch of other stuff. Annoyingly, I wasn't here for any of it, which really does suck, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to record that for you. He is just a machine, so he came around for like an hour, pulled all this off. He's still got the injectors and whatever in that car which need to be removed as well, but ultimately, yeah, like, the guy just machined his way through this, so I'm hoping he doesn't do the rest of it all without me being there, because otherwise it kind of takes away from my enjoyment and my learning, because he's sick at this and obviously I'm not sick at this, so I need to learn. But obviously, yes, I am very thankful to have him and have him come out this morning and do all this great stuff, because without him, none of this would be possible. So massive appreciation to Papa B. Apologies now, my hands are all dirty for the video because I had to move all my supercharger bits somewhere to get them out of the way for the video, but wanted to start with number 1. The most annoying thing I think about any MX-5, but particularly my one, is rust. Now, I was very fortunate when I bought this in that I knew I was taking a punt. I knew that there was some rust around the sills. The outer sills had already been done, but I was worried there was going to be some on the inner sills, and also I knew that there was going to be some rust maybe around the arches and stuff. If you come actually back over here, there is some rust on this rear arch right here, and this is going to have to be fixed at some point. I don't like how it's bubbling and it's getting worse by the day, so if I can get a panel here just to kind of cover that bit over, ideal, as in slice this out, cover that, that'd be ideal. But yes, whenever you got an MX-5, the one thing that you'll see online about them is the rust. This one here as well is actually pretty good on rust too, but it still has the same weaknesses. And obviously one of the things I did recently to this one was replace that rear fog light, all because it had rusted off on its own. And if you go under there, I promise you there are some bits that are so rusty it's crazy. And now, while those bits are not integral to the car, they still don't make me feel very happy. And when it rains, I do find myself thinking, is the car getting more rusty? So yes, issue number 1, rust. I just want to get out of the way nice and quickly. That is the worst thing about MX-5s, and the thing that my dad and I spent a long time fixing on this one to make sure that it was strong integrally. Thing I hate number 2 is what I am naming the roof dilemma. Basically, as you can see, the car right now I think looks really good, particularly with the roof down. If I come over here, just looks really nice. Go around the front as well, looks super nice with the roof down, and when you're driving it with the roof down, it's a really amazing experience. All right, now just give me 2 seconds. And there we go. That is the car with the soft top roof on, which I recently fitted with my dad. Now, this doesn't look too bad. Obviously, this is how MX-5s were originally built and produced and sold, with their nice little soft top roof on them. Obviously, you can see it over here on this one as well. But I don't think the car looks anywhere near as nice with a soft top roof on it as it does with either the roof off or with the hardtop roof on. And here you can see some footage of my MX-5 with that hardtop roof on. In my opinion, that just looks so much nicer. So that leads me on to the roof dilemma that I mentioned. Do you, yes, drive the car around with the soft top roof and therefore allow yourself to be able to take the roof off at a moment's notice the moment some sun pops out, but it doesn't look as good the rest of the time when you've just got this random cover basically over the top of your head? Or Do you put the hardtop roof on? It looks better generally, but as soon as the sun comes out, you can't drop that roof down nice and easily. And slash, if you go to your mate's house or something and it was raining on the day that you went there, but on the way home, it's suddenly super sunny, you can't just leave the roof at your mate's house. There's nowhere to put it. It's not like a supercar or something where you can take the roof panels off and put them in the boot or whatever. Once you've made your decision on whether you're going for a hardtop or soft top, you're done. That's it. Now, I appreciate that is a preference thing, but that's why this video is called 5 Things I Hate About My MX-5. And I know other people probably really like the look of soft top roofs, and I'm not gonna lie, I do like it, but I just don't like this as much as I like the roof down, or as I like it with the hardtop roof on. So that's just how it is, unfortunately. But there's a part 2 to this story as well. Let me just drop that roof back down, 2 seconds. Let me show you something that I have done to the car that has completely ruined the roof dilemma as well. So if we go over here, let's just jump in on the driver's side, just for the sake of showing you guys. Jump in here. Where the normal hardtop roof would connect to is right here. There's like, in fact, I can't, it's so tight in there that I can't even really show you where it is. It's around about here, basically, just in there somewhere. Now, unfortunately, this means that because I've got these bucket seats in, which are on fixed brackets, I can't put the hardtop bracket through here, like not the bracket, sorry, the hardtop clip into here. So I can no longer easily clip my hardtop roof off and on. Now, obviously, I can get a set of other brackets which will slide in there nicely and therefore allow me to take a roof off and on via this bit, and I've got those brackets going and they will be on the car shortly. That will be a video, I'm sure. But it does just make life a lot more difficult, I guess. But that is obviously a trade-off that I've had to make based on the fact that I wanted fixed position bucket seats that weren't going to move around, that I didn't need to move anywhere, and that were going to keep me lower in the car, because if I didn't have fixed bucket seats, then my head with a helmet on would have been hitting the ceiling. It already hits the ceiling like this. So if I'd had a helmet on and a higher up seat on rails, then yeah, there's just no way I'd be able to use this on track properly. Now the next one is a pretty simple one. Obviously this car is from 1997, and apparently in 1997 in convertible cars they didn't really fancy giving them particularly decent speakers. Now I don't know if this is my MX-5 specifically or if this is other people's experience too, but the speakers in this car are absolutely rubbish. Let's give it a test. I know it never sounds good on a video anyway, but let's just do a test. All right, here we go. This is with the sound turned up pretty high. And yes, I appreciate the previous owner completely ruined that speaker, but it just sounds really tinny. I don't know how to describe it. It's tinny, it has no depth to it. By the way, let's just turn this down now. I am an absolutely massive audiophile, so for me, good speakers is a must. And my Polo, which isn't here, I was about to point to it, but that's my other MX-5 over there. What a massive flex, 3 cars, love to see it. My Polo has actually got really decent speakers from standard. Like, they actually sound half good, I guess. I would like better ones in there, but they're good for what the car is, for 400 quid. This car's speakers, nah. It sounds like they're underwater. It sounds like, I don't know. And obviously, that's not the key benefit of it. When it's got a supercharger in it, and obviously with the exhaust that it's got on it, and when it gets a new manifold, etc., it's gonna be sounding great. So you'll be listening to the car, not to music. But still, not a fan. Good tune though. Thing I hate number 4 is the fact that this is an MX-5 that didn't come with the Torsion Diff. Now, a Torsion Diff is a limited slip differential to some degree. It's a certain type of LSD, and this car didn't come with it. However, that car over there did come with it, and so obviously one of the reasons why I bought this was to steal that diff from that one and throw it into this one. But honestly, when you are in the wet going round a sketchy corner or whatever and you want to get the back out a little bit, the lack of a Torsion really does show up in this. And also, I'll overlay some footage of what it was like on track. The amount of time spent with one of the 2 wheels spinning is so ridiculously annoying. It's insane. And that's just a small collection of those bits that happened during the day. It was literally, if you didn't get the right amount of momentum into a corner and back out the other side, you are done out here. So yes, definitely something that I would recommend when you're buying one of these. Try and find one with a Torsion LSD already on it, and if you can't, then consider changing to one, because I've driven this one with the Torsion LSD and it's just a completely different experience. Just to put it really simply, what happens is it kind of clocks that one wheel is wanting to spin and then engages and ensures that both wheels spin at the same speed. That's a very basic example or explanation of how it works, but that's basically what you want. Whereas on this one, each wheel can spin independently of the other one. And for thing I hate number 5, let's jump into the car, because I need to show you this one whilst actually driving it. So in fact, let me go and say goodbye to my family that I've come to visit for the sake of making this video, and then once I have done that, we'll jump in the car and we will explain the last thing I really don't like about this car. Right, and so time for number 5. The 5th thing that I find annoying about this car, or that I hate about this car, is it's not quick enough. By the way, I'm not one of those people that just thinks MX-5s are slow. I think they are the perfect first quick-ish car to drive. They're not fast, absolutely not. But you hear that sound and it is very much a case of all fart, no poo. That's the only way I can really describe it. And now I don't really mind that it's not that fast. It's not a big deal to me. I actually really like that it's a car that's all about momentum. When you're on track, it's all about keeping the revs high and keeping the car driving quickly. My one thing that I don't like about it though, is that because I have all of this craziness around me, these bucket seats and that roll cage behind me and all that kind of stuff, people love to race me on motorways. They come up alongside me. In fact, the other day, a Nissan GTR, no, not a Nissan GTR, a Nissan Skyline GTR, an R32 pulls up alongside me on the motorway and challenges me to a race. And obviously, I'm a car guy, so I'm gonna race the dude, but he demolished me. And obviously he was gonna demolish me. I had no chance. There was no point during that where I could think to myself, oh yes, I'm obviously going to be able to deal with this guy. But I mean, like, why did he do that? And then very, very similar piece of road actually, a guy decided to race me in his Mini Cooper S. It was a John Cooper Works, and he came up alongside, nodded at me, gave me a nice smile, and we sent it as well. And it held its own for all of maybe 2 seconds before his car just kicked in and just disappeared off. So yes, the car's not quick enough, but more importantly, people like to race the car. And if people like to race your car and your car's not quick, you're always going to get humiliated. And obviously, all of these bits of the car that make people want to race it will be backed up by a supercharger soon. Hold on, just 2 seconds. I'm just sorry, you know I have to do it, so it's just how it works. But yes, obviously the car will soon be fast enough to back that up. But for now, it's not quick enough, and until it has a supercharger on it, it's not quick enough, but it looks like it's fast, and that's a dangerous situation to be in. That said, I would back this car against any other car when it comes to handling around corners on nice, tight, twisty roads. The car handles like an absolute dream. No one can keep with you around corners in this car. In fact, happen to be pulling into quite a nice little easy. It's not literally easy. It will do anything. It is so agile, so quick, and that was with no throttle, no nothing, and it just goes through the corners like it's nothing. So anyway, that is number 5. I think we'll get home and we'll sign off this video. So yes, that was the 5 things that I hate about my Mazda MX-5. Obviously, as I said at the start of the video, I absolutely love that car. I feel very grateful to have it, and it is my, I suppose, prized possession in terms of the build, putting it all together and making it something that I really enjoy. So yes, obviously love the car, but everyone's going to have things they have wrong with their cars, and those are 5 things that annoy me. I could probably talk about more of them, but I said 5 and I've given you 5. As always, I want to say a massive thank you to the patrons. Go check out Blacksmith London for jewellery like this, because my mate started the brand and they're sick. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Listen.